Now, it's all happening in Hollywood. It always is, in fact. 365 days a year, and here to tell us more. And by the way, check out the website. All of the latest updates, thehollywoodcrack.com, is Claire Klein-Edler. Lovely to have you in studio again. Good morning.
Nice to thank you.
Yeah, we were just talking about the weather, Claire. This is quite unusual weather, I have to say, for April. We usually have very, very heavy rain. But then again, we may have heavy rain in 30 minutes. We never know here. And you were just saying it's quite frustrating to listen to the weather forecasters here because they just say the same thing every day.
It is. It's always sunny spells with a chance of rain. Always. Every day. I mean, I still tune in every morning, even though it sounds to me like a repeat of the last 300 days that I've been here or what have you. But this is beautiful. I love it. It reminds me of what LA is like every day.
Yeah. Do you get the high blue skies, or is it still very smoggy in LA?
You know, you do get blue skies when it's really windy, kind of like it's been here the last couple of days. Those are the best days because it kind of blows all that smog away for a few days, and you can really see. You can see the Hollywood sign in the background, and you know, not a cloud in the sky. And if you go up some hikes in LA, you can actually get a 360-degree view of LA. Fantastic. But those days are rare.
Yeah, 95 degrees in LA yesterday, was it?
Yeah, my sister. I talked to my sister last night, and she said it was 95 degrees, and that's not unusual for this time of year.
Yeah.
But
where do you folks head when the weather is beautiful?
Go to the beach, of course, Santa Monica, Venice. Venice for if you want to do some weirdo watching, that's great. There's all these crazy street performers and, you know, people like snake charmers and that kind of thing. If you want to go to the real pristine beaches, you head to Orange County to like Newport Beach, where like the OC was filmed, and Huntington Beach. Those are a lot cleaner actually than the West Side beaches.
Great. Let's talk about Hollywood, the real gossip today. Katy Perry was spotted in Dublin before her show recently. Does she live in LA?
I think she splits her time between London and Los Angeles, but I have seen her around LA a few times. I heard that she was actually staying at the Morrison here before the O2 show, and that she arrived wrapped in a pink blanket because instead of taking a flight over from Liverpool, she took the ferry over. So she arrived quite tired, I hear, a little bit bleary-eyed, wrapped in a pink blanket in the hotel lobby of the Morrison. So that was pretty cool.
Lindsay Lohan, it turns out she's not going to be charged in the case where she assaulted a Betty Ford clinic staffer. Isn't that the case?
Yeah, which is good because, you know, she's got a lot going on. She's got to go to trial for the jewelry, you know, thief case, and which I think is a big mistake. She should have taken the plea deal because I don't think there's that many people who have sympathy for Lindsay these days. So to find a jury of her peers who are, you know, who's going to let her off, I think that's a huge risk, but she does not want to spend any time in jail. So she's not going to take the plea deal. So in this case, yes, I guess the DA decided not to charge her. She physically attacked an employee at the Betty Ford clinic when she was there in rehab. You know, I think that she's a bit unstable. I don't mean that like she's mentally ill, but I think I've actually witnessed her myself have a breakdown.
Yeah. Where did this happen?
Well, I was having dinner at the Chateau Marmont Hotel, which I've mentioned that hotel a few times because that's the place to see celebrities. And at the time, she was dating a guy called Harry Morton, whose father owns the Hard Rock hotel chain. And they'd only been dating for, I think, like 2 months. And he had obviously brought her there to break up with her. You know how sometimes men will do that, like, oh, I'll take my girlfriend to a public place, then she can't, you know, scream and have a fit. Well, that didn't work at all. Because,
she did.
I mean, you know, I couldn't hear what they were saying, but I was there with my sister, and my sister said, oh my gosh, I think he's breaking up with her, because you just see her putting her face in her hands and just started wailing. And you see him, he looks horrified. He's thinking like, you know, this is a very public place. We're out on the patio. There's plenty of people there. And she just starts saying like, why? I don't understand. You know, just really freaking out. He's covering his face like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. And she just basically melts down completely. And he got up and he left. So she sat there for a while. She started furiously texting, and within 10 minutes, she had a bunch of girlfriends arrive, and she spent the rest of the night drowning her tears in some cocktails.
Right, so. Okay. And there are question marks over her sexuality, aren't there?
Well, you know, she's definitely, she's been seen around town again with her ex-girlfriend, Samantha Ronson, the DJ. And you know that she actually is renting a house in Venice Beach right next door to Samantha, which apparently at first Samantha was upset about because they weren't speaking, but now they're being seen out on the town together again. So I don't know. Maybe it's like they're maybe that's her true love. It's hard to say.
Okay. Michael Bublé. This will break the hearts of many people, including Barbara, who's just texted me here today. Michael Bublé, the big wedding celebration is today because he got married yesterday.
Yes, he got married in a civil ceremony, actually day before yesterday, to his Argentinian actress girlfriend. I think her name is Luciana Lopilato. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name. Mm-hmm. But she is famous in Argentina. I mean, she's up there with, Angelina Jolie, like here. She's super famous. Yeah. She's only 22 years old, and he is, I think, 35. But they've been engaged for over a year, and she was in his one of his music videos. So they had the civil ceremony day before yesterday, and they're going to have a big wedding celebration at a mansion outside of Buenos Aires today. Yeah. For over 300 guests, I think, are coming. Okay. So
I'm curious to know, I mean, who gets to sing at Michael Bublé's wedding reception? Your heart kind of goes out to the poor guy, doesn't it?
He's kind of got a big ego on him, so I'd say he's probably going to be singing at his wedding, So he's not going to let anyone else steal the spotlight, I'd say.
Because wasn't it David Foster who spotted Michael Bublé singing at a wedding?
Yes, he's discovered a lot of people. Yeah. So he was responsible for Alanis Morissette as well. So,
is that so really?
Wow. He's a huge bigwig in the music industry, but yeah, hopefully, I'm nervous about this marriage though, because Michael Bublé he's kind of known to be a bit of a player. He was engaged to Emily Blunt, the actress, and she left him when pictures of him naked in bed with somebody else surfaced, and I don't know, like.
Right.
I don't think he's
a rogue.
That good of a bet. Yeah. Well, he says he's changed, but, his wife is only 22 years old, so...
It's the old leopard and the spots thing.
I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, but best of luck to them anyway.
Okay, speaking of roguish guys, Colin Farrell is talking about Liz Taylor this week, isn't he?
Yes. Well, he read a poem at her funeral, and everybody was thinking, they were really surprised. They were thinking, like, how does Colin Farrell know Liz Taylor? And he told an American television journalist that he basically did what most men do when they're trying to pursue a woman, which is, he said, boy meets girl, boy pesters girl with too many phone calls at inappropriate hours of the night. And I guess she finally broke down, and somehow the two became friends. And he said he only knew her for the last year and a half of her life, but that he just came to adore her and that he adores her still. And she actually asked a friend of hers before she passed away to ask him to read a poem at her funeral. Mm-hmm. So he said he was sad but incredibly touched to do so. Yeah.
George Clooney. This is the most bizarre story. We were talking about this last week. He may testify in the Italian Prime Minister's sex scandal court case, Silvio Berlusconi.
He's been named as a witness, him and his Italian television presenter girlfriend. And